Hey guys, we're back here. Or should I say, I'm back here with NFL Week 6 picks. Um, yeah, this season's already been something else. I feel like. If you guys like this stuff, please like and subscribe if you're new. Of course, in a couple of weeks, I'll probably end up doing like a playoff picks thing or kind of who I like. It's a little too early right now. Things are kind of wide open, especially in the AFC. So expect that video to come in a couple of weeks, but we'll see here. We got some tough games this week to pick. I was 8-6 last week after going 14-2 the week before. So I'm not very proud of how I followed up to the success from 2 weeks ago with this past week. Yeah, week 4, 14-2. I did not do a week 5 picks video. I'm sorry about that. I don't think I did from what I recall, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Week 4 though, especially how I did. That was my best week of picking ever game. So let's start with teams on bye with the Green Bay Packers, who are down to 2-3, lost to the Raiders on Monday Night Football. I hate the Packers, so cool they lost. I don't really care about them. Them and the Raiders are both the reason why I actually lost my second straight fantasy football matchup in a row. Wasn't very happy about that. And then the Steelers on the bye, they're up to 3-2. Of course, they had to beat Baltimore. I'm calling BS on that one. I'll talk more about that here in a bit and why I think there's some things going on that some of you probably don't think about, but some of you probably be like, oh, it's a bunch of crap. And then, I don't know, it's becoming glaringly obvious that there's some things going on behind the scenes you just don't really think about at first. Let's get straight to the thing, though. I'm 51-27 overall through 5 weeks picking, so let's keep things up. We have the 4-1 Kansas City Chiefs minus 10.5 at home on Thursday Night Football against the 1-4 Denver Broncos, or should I say the Denver Cupcakes? Man, the Broncos defense is horrible. I mean, come on, are you serious? Wilson's probably the least of my worries of this team. He's actually trying for every week. Chiefs, you know how they roll. They don't cover spreads. They don't cover spreads at all. This is something I didn't think about until the last few weeks, and even from last year, too. I got the Broncos to actually cover the 10.5 a little bit, but I got the Chiefs to win outright. Wouldn't it be something to Denver pull off the upset? I mean, anything can happen on Thursday Night Football, so we'll see. But Kansas City had that game handed to them against Minnesota. That really just didn't sit right with me at all, especially. That's why I did not pick Minnesota in that game against Kansas City, just to let you know. Moving forward, we got another game in London this week. We got the Tennessee Titans, who are 2-3 versus the 3-2 Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are -4 currently, and I got Baltimore to get back on track. Although I could see Tennessee pulling it off here. It's probably more of a coin flip game either way. Baltimore, how in the world are you going to go up 10-0 and then don't do anything in the second half of the game? Just a bunch of crap, you know. Like, in my opinion, the NFL didn't want the Ravens to start running away with the AFC North. They were going to be 4-1 if they would have won that game. They got the Bengals, who are kind of farther back behind a little bit, who are now catching up. They don't want their highest paid player with the Bengals getting so far back they don't get anywhere. Don't want to make it look too bad, you know, that decision being made look too bad or whatever, but you know what I'm trying to say. The Ravens shouldn't have lost that game against the Steelers. That's a bunch of BS. I should have picked the Steelers. I was going to, because I just knew something was up with that. So yeah, Ravens receivers need to catch better. Tennessee's defense really got smoked by our running game, so we'll see if the Ravens. I don't know, man. It's a tricky one there. Ravens defense is really hit or miss, or more miss lately, if anything. Next up, the Atlanta Falcons, 2-3, or sorry, I'm sorry, 3-2. They're -2.5 at home against the 2-3 Washington Commanders. The Commanders are not that good. They're just not that good. I don't care if they have the receiving core on offense or whatever. They're just simply not that good. And you would have thought that things are heading in the right direction with them. I did not open it. Did you see me click dismiss? Stupid ass computer, man. You saw me hit dismiss that there, okay? Back to the big picture. Atlanta is 3-0 at home. Ritter actually looked pretty decent against the Texans. He played pretty well on his part. And I like the Falcons' defense a bit better than the Commanders' defense. The Commanders' defense is absolute trash. I got Atlanta to win and cover in this game. This probably be close. But Washington, just overall, is not that good. They just aren't. I don't know what else to say there on that one. Next up, I got much to say with this one. Let's head to the Windy City, Chicago, 1-4 Chicago Bears, who are a 2.5-point home underdog facing the 1-4 Minnesota Vikings. I'm seeing a lot of news about Kirk Cousins getting traded potentially after their bye. I think they're on the bye week next week, if I remember correctly. Yeah. There's talk of that. There's talk of Jefferson possibly leaving. A lot of people have been saying Jefferson doesn't look happy, and he does not look happy at all. I mean, especially the fact he's now injured. He's on IR. Bears may have figured something out. I still don't trust them. I mean, their defense is not that good. With Fields, he can make a difference if, he can get locked in. This is a tough one to pick. And the forecast, there's a chance for some showers, and it's going to be pretty windy. So that would lean towards the Bears. But, I mean, right now I like Minnesota. That could change. We'll see. That's tough. That's a really difficult game to predict. This next one, not difficult for me at all, but this should be a really good game, though. Let's head on down to Cincinnati, where the 2-3 Cincinnati Bengals are minus 2.5 at home against the 3-1 Seattle Seahawks. Now, I'm sure some of you are like, why the Bengals favored here? And I kind of was wondering the same thing, but this is another one of those lines where Vegas knows what they're doing. So, give me the Bengals to win and cover. I think it's pretty safe to say the Bengals are going to win this game. Seattle, in this spot here, it's going to be a tough environment. I guess the Bengals defense being a little bit of a problem. It just depends. I think the Bengals offense is not going to be able to be stopped, even though the Seahawks do have a few key pieces on defense. Their defense as a whole, not really that good. But this should be a good one. I'm not saying Cincinnati's going to blow them out. I think it should be a close game. But Burrow and company trying to get them back on track. So we'll see. Next up, interesting one here. We got the 2-2 Cleveland Browns coming off the bye. Now a 7.5-point home underdog. Yeah, this line keeps jumping up. Earlier in the week, San Francisco was favored 3. Now it's 7.5. It's getting a little bit ridiculous, actually. It's the 5-0 San Francisco 49ers. 49ers, no doubt they're the best team right now in the NFL. The Browns, you would think Deshaun Watson would be getting healthier. No, he may actually miss this game too. Matter of fact, I wonder what's even going on here. But it's also possible that the 49ers kind of have a letdown here. I mean, I'm going to go 49ers here, but part of me wants to think the Browns could cover the spread, but I don't know. It's kind of tough, man. That 49ers offense is ridiculous. Purdy, though, at some point, Purdy's going to have a bad game. I don't know if it's going to be this one. The weather ain't going to be great, so McCaffrey will probably be utilized a lot. They'll probably do some end-arounds or something just to mix it up on offense instead of throwing it a whole lot. The weather ain't going to be great here either. There's a strong low-pressure system coming in tomorrow, and there's going to be a bit of wind with the system as well and some showers. So just got to keep that in mind for these games, especially in the Great Lakes region, Ohio Valley region as well. So, next up, we got the 4-1 Miami Dolphins hosting the absolutely miserable 0-5 Carolina Panthers. Pretty obvious here. Pick Miami to win and cover. There is no way you can back the Panthers on any level whatsoever. No matter what you're betting or anything like that, you cannot back the Panthers. There's no way you can do it. So, Miami, we'll see how they're made, especially going down the stretch. The second half of the schedule is pretty difficult, so we'll see how it goes. Their offense is ridiculous. Next up, and what should be honestly, a pretty solid game here, we have the 3-2 Jacksonville Jaguars. Big Jags hosting the 3-2 Indianapolis Colts. Jacksonville -4. Colts, I gotta give it to them. This is actually the least stressful I've been watching this team in years. Because one, I never had high expectations this season. Two, we're actually playing better than expected. Now, Richardson, he's going to miss 4 to 8 weeks at least. He may not even play actually again this season. There's a chance of that too. He had a grade 3 AC joint sprain. his shoulder, right shoulder, his throwing shoulder. The defense, they're playing pretty well. The secondary, though, kind of iffy. You know, they're thin there. Injuries, of course, are a problem with that. But now Taylor's back. I don't know how that's going to evolve over time. Zach Moss has been very, very efficient for us. Shane Steichen, I think, absolutely by the end of the season should win Coach of the Year. I'm impressed. Steichen is. I think the Colts as a whole have more energy. It was pretty clear we needed a change. Reich was just the same old, boring ass old speech. I got sick of it in a hurry. So Steichen's bringing life to this team. We'll see how it goes in the future. But for this, though, overall, Jacksonville's not falling to 3-3. There's no way. They cost some momentum in London. I think they bring it here in this game. I got the Colts to cover, though. This will be probably a 1 to 3 point win for Jacksonville. And besides, we haven't even won in Jacksonville since I was in high school. That was in 2014, if you can believe that. There is a curse, by the way, with that, just a note. So, yeah. Can't forget to mention Gardner Minshew revenge game. Yeah, very certain on that one. Minshew started with Jacksonville. Minshew's a great backup. I do like him a lot. I respect him too. This one's pretty tough. We got the Houston Texans 2-3. They're a 1.5 point home underdog hosting the 3-2 New Orleans Saints. I don't think this is going to be a real high scoring game. I expect this to be probably like on the order of 17-10, 19-13 or whatever. Texans CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud's been very impressive. Very, very impressive. Best rookie by far right now. Texans defense, they're okay in some aspects. Saints defense has been better, in my opinion, at times. It's hard to say, too, but Derek Carr, I'm not sure if he's 100%. The Saints need to get the running game going, but the Texans can certainly slow that down if needed. I got the Saints right now, but, you know, Houston could win this game, and they've been playing pretty well at home, actually, minus the game against the Colts, but yeah, I don't know, man. Tough one there. Next up, do we have to actually pick this game? We got the 2-3 Las Vegas Raiders, okay? Laying 3 points against the 1-4 New England trash can spilled tea Patriots. First off, I just want to get out the gate and say I hate Josh McDaniels of all my life. I really do. I get Adams was hurt, but it's like the way they were calling some of these plays were just ridiculous. And Jimmy G, please avoid the turnovers, dude. Like, I have Devontae Adams in my fantasy, okay? It's like, this week, let's not neglect him. And again, he's coming off a shoulder injury. The Patriots are just done, okay, at this point. But, stupid me is going to do this. Most teams coming off a shutout loss usually, at the very, very least, cover the spread the following week and or outright win. The New England defense, they've been getting torched lately. They've been outscored, 72-3 in the last 2 weeks. I think the Patriots will find a way to win this game. Mac Jones, yeah, I don't trust him. I may switch this pick. This isn't finalized. But Belichick he's got to be so bad right now. I don't know. Let's speed things up. I took way too long with that because I just was like, really? That trash of a matchup. This matchup, I would avoid watching the game personally. Don't care about it. This is a really good one. How about this one, guys? Let's go to Tampa. We're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're a 3.5 point home underdog hosting the 4-1 Detroit Lions. I got Tampa to strike the upset. Okay, you're not going to like that, but I don't quite get behind Detroit on the road. I'm not right now. You know, I know they barely won in Kansas City. There was some luck involved, but they won the game still. A win's a win. Tampa's coming off the bye. I like their downfield play. Tampa can throw in Detroit. That's the way to beat them. I think they can do it. Detroit's run defense is pretty good. But Detroit's offense, though, they're ridiculous. They are high-powered. Tampa's defense is going to have an issue. But I think Tampa being at home, I think it's more of a home field advantage thing. If this was in Detroit, I would probably pick Detroit. I will be rooting for Detroit, for sure, but I just don't see them going 4-1. By the way, two things. Detroit's 4-1 for the first time since 2011. They made the postseason that year but didn't win the game. And second off, you guys see anything about those water spouts coming on shore? Not far from Tampa, like by Clearwater. Did you guys see that? We're talking water spouts that were like that big on the camera coming on shore. It's like, wow, okay. Because water spouts are usually skinny. I just want to note that they were much bigger than usual. Oh, that was pretty crazy to see. Just to note that. Just to note that. That happened last night, by the way, overnight, like 2 in the morning. Pretty wild. Let's go to LA. Where the LA Rams, who are 2-3, they're a 7-point home favorite against the 1-4 Arizona Cardinals. The Rams really disappointed me last week. They did nothing. Jack squat in the second half of that game against the Eagles. The Rams are kind of a weird team. They're a strange team. I think they're solid, but I don't think they're great. I mean, they're not super great. Their offense is pretty good. I think another week with Kupp being back, I think really helps them here. Arizona, the makeup's coming off of them. I mean, they had a couple of weeks of a little fame there, whatever you want to call it. Covering the spread. No, Rams are winning and covering the spread here. I don't trust Arizona. Next game up, we have the New York Jets, 2-3. A 7-point home underdog facing the 5-0 Philadelphia Eagles. And I don't know what the forecast is for this game, but I'd imagine there's probably going to be some rain in this one. I meant to look it up. Let me look it up real quick for you guys as I talk about it. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Eagles to win, but I can see the Jets coming close in this one. I absolutely can. Because the Jets' defense, but at the same time, you got to remember that the Eagles have quite a set of weapons they can use. The line of gain there, I think the Eagles' defensive line will easily get to Zach Wilson. Okay, rain likely before 8 a.m. The chance of showers between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. So we're talking more. Yeah, I got the Eagles to probably win and cover it, to win and probably cover this game. I think Zach Wilson plays terrible in this game. Nothing more needs to be said. Oh, you know what? I don't even need an introduction for this one. The 3-2 Buffalo Bills. We'll just automatically call them 4-2. If Josh Allen turns it over in this game, I'm going to jump through my roof. There will not be a roof in my house. I shouldn't really say that. Sorry, Dad. But I'm being serious. I'm being dead serious right now. Josh Allen, you better play a clean game. I know you. You like to turn it over and play hero, but you can stop doing that right about now. Josh Allen, the reason why I'm really getting on him is because he's my quarterback in fantasy. The Giants should not come close in this game. I don't care if Brian Dable was, him being the former offensive coordinator for Bills. Who cares? The Giants suck. They're terrible. Nobody cares about the Giants. They're a giant waste of time. I'm so glad that Daniel Jones may not play because I'm sick of looking at his face. He looks stupid every second of the time. And by the way, also too, you can't even throw it. Oh, Darren Waller now suddenly was inexistent on that one game, but then I bench him. Oh, you can throw it to him again. Stupid. I hate the Giants right now. I hate the Giants right now. I've liked them for a long time, but right now I temporarily hate them. And in this game, 2-2 LA Chargers versus the 3-2 Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Oh gosh, I'm sorry about all that, but I'm just telling you, Giants should not be in their primetime game. I think they got one more later this year. Stupid. Cowboys are -2 on the road. Give me Dallas to win this game outright. I don't trust Brandon Staley. You know it. I hate him. And Dallas coming off a loss, from what I have heard. I think they're 10-1 against the spread off a loss. I like Dallas to win and cover this game. Don't forget their defense is still legit. I know they faced the 49ers, but the Chargers are not the 49ers. You need to keep an eye on the injury report. But Eckler, I think, will likely play in this game too for the Chargers. That should be a really good game. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys tune in for my college football picks tomorrow. I got quite a few picks coming your way with that. So until then, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.